The Winter Wildcards promo has been pretty nice up until now. It started off really positive. We did get daily SBCs, high quality SBCs that were really interesting. Now, sort of a little bit dropped off after we saw the Miller SBC. I don't know, just this week has been a little bit slower, but we do have a lot of leaks that we're going to be discussing in this video, and it could potentially mean we are going to be seeing a 1 week break. In the last video, we were talking about headliners. Headliners is still going to be coming, but the question is it going to be this Friday or is it actually going to be next Friday on the 7th of January? I do feel like EA Sports maybe could give us a break. However, we do already have the full team pretty much leaked, which we'll discuss in another video. It's a bit too early for that, but it could potentially still be this Friday. There hasn't been a loading screen yet, but the card design has been added in. It was added in really early, like we did talk about in last video, but we're going to be focusing on this video some content that is just going to be coming here and there. We'll talk about the release dates as well. Aubameyang Player Moments SBC is a great way to start this. The rating and the stats are just a prediction, but it does actually look pretty good. For a Premier League card, this is going to be an SBC, of course, so SBC fodder maybe could be impacted from this. Maybe a combination of these SBCs could bring the prices of SBC fodder up, but this Aubameyang looks decent. It depends what the stats are going to be like. Pace, you do expect to be high. Shooting could potentially be high, obviously, as well. And if it's going to be similar maybe to a more of an Ibrahimovic style card, he is of course trending right now. Everyone is talking about him. His price is sky high, so could this be a Premier League version Ibrahimovic? Like we do know, Aubameyang, he has had some very good Player of the Month SBCs way back in the past, so maybe could be a nice card. But yeah, Player Moments Aubameyang could be a very decent card for sure. Next up, we do have Edouard. Edouard is going to be getting a record breaker. I do believe that the record he did break was fastest goal as a substitution, so this is actually going to be another Premier League striker. French, so it does provide some links, and I guess it's going to be quite similar again to Aubameyang, maybe Ibrahimovic style again. High pace, it is going to be hopefully good shooting, good physicality. It's going to be a similar type of card. I do think if this Edouard is going to be nice and affordable, he could maybe be a good super sub, or even just hopefully making it into some teams alongside Fekir, Benzema, if people are still trying to rock with those cards. But it's just too many attackers really, unless he's got something really unique which could replace potentially Benzema or Fekir. That is what I'd be thinking about in my team. But another Premier League striker, I mean, it's not too bad. I do think it could be a fairly decent card for sure. It should just be coming out soon. We don't have any release dates or any indication at all when these SBCs or when these cards are going to be released, but I do think it's probably going to be sometime soon. Again, sort of relating to what we were talking about at the start of the video, if there isn't going to be a promo this Friday and there is going to be a 1 week break, then it's probably just going to be split over a couple days. Every other day probably could fill up with this content, and then that will pretty much lead us on to next Friday, and then we'll get Headliners Team 1. But moving on now, we do actually have Eder Militao Player of the Month, and this is very interesting because this could potentially be an insane La Liga SBC. It's definitely, in my opinion, the most important thing that I'm looking forward to, something that I'm looking forward to the most probably, because Eder Militao on the market would be going for a lot of coins. Definitely an upgraded version would just be absolutely insane. Right now, of course, he does have the numbers up, the Adidas numbers up card, and that is going for around 500k. That is of course going to get some more upgrades as well, but the SBC, it's going to be interesting to see what it's going to price at. It should be 86 rating. Based on how the Player of the Month upgrades work, that is pretty much how it figures out to, because it's an in-form upgrade, so it'd be 82, 84, and then 84 to 86, and usually when it's lower rated, it's 2 in-form upgrades, so hopefully it should be an 86 rated card. Very confident actually it will be an 86 rated card, assuming that he is going to be winning La Liga Player of the Month. Now, we did get some news today that Real Madrid announced he won the Player of the Month for Real Madrid, so each club does of course have their own Player of the Month awards to motivate the players, etc. But what we are actually focused on is the whole La Liga, who they actually think was the best player in that month. So if we actually take a look, everyone's been talking about this. Eder Militao's girlfriend on Instagram supposedly has leaked that Eder Militao has won the whole of La Liga Player of the Month, but in my opinion this is probably more just of reading in between the lines and trying to find something, because yes, she did put in the caption here, my homie, so of course Eder Militao, my boyfriend, probably means one best player of the month in La Liga. Maybe this is not exactly what she meant, that what she intended. She probably just heard that he's one player of the month and she's just worded it in this way. I wouldn't take this as too much confirmation, but I do think there is of course a chance, but we're going to have to wait and see. I do think this is, again, the news should be announced by La Liga in the coming days, so all of this content is due very soon. And also a showdown SBC to wrap up the video. Chelsea versus Liverpool supposedly is going to be a showdown SBC coming. It's been highly rumored / leaked. Kovacic versus Keita, those are the supposed players. More Premier League midfielders, some people not too happy with that, but it could be quite good for sure. I do think it's a very tight matchup. Unfortunately, Liverpool did lose against Leicester, but this is going to be, the game's taking place January 2nd, so I do think it has to come very soon, again, in the coming days. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys are most excited for and when do you think it is going to be released. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.